Crypto Caesar Capital. Hope you're well. It's the 8th of December 2024. Quick shameless plug for Crypto Caesar Capital. If you want to join the group, then you can either reach out to us via web, or you can reach out directly to me on X. The premium service is usually $4.99 for a full 12-month membership. However, we're doing this for $3.65 for the next few more days. So please reach out to us before the $4.99 is back in play. This group will help you out a lot. I know this is a shameless plug, and obviously I'm biased, but this group will really help you within the crypto market and how to invest in the crypto market, how to manage your risk, how to come out alive, and how to understand the cycles properly. We've got many expert traders in there who are in there 24/7, there to answer questions and help you. There are many people in the group who I'm sure are in a very similar circumstance to you. So if you want to learn more, if you want to feel a little bit more confident in your position in crypto, then please reach out to us and you can get in now for $3.65. Okay, let's head to the chart. So I'm looking at Bitcoin today on the higher time frame. And what we're going to look at is how the cycles work with Bitcoin and indeed in crypto. And these cycles are so cyclical. Honestly, you could set your watch by them because, as you probably all know, if you follow me, or if you're either in the group or you follow my channel or you follow me on X, you will know that I go on a lot about the 4-year cycle, and the 4-year cycle, of course, is measured from one low to the next low. The reason why is because when one cycle has finished or died, another cycle is reborn. And it repeats for 4 years, another cycle dies, another one is reborn, and then it repeats for 4 years, and so on and so forth. There's nothing really to do with the halving, although the halving has previously helped with the price appreciation of Bitcoin, and that probably has something to do with the price trajectory during those periods. But the 4-year cycle really is the low of one cycle measured to the next low. And in the middle of that is what we call a midpoint, which is a halfway point, so 2-year point. And what's very interesting about the midpoint is that on every midpoint, Bitcoin is attacking its previous all-time high. So we can see here the midpoint in 17 attacking its previous all-time high in 13, then the high in 17, midpoint in 2020 attacks its previous all-time high, ultimate high in November 21, and then here in November 24, Bitcoin is then attacking the previous all-time high and rising at the midpoint. So what's really interesting about this is that we could see this chart and this channel that's been kind of carved out by the price in Bitcoin over quite a few years now. This is essentially 2 cycles worth of data and potentially a 3rd cycle here. So there's a fair bit of data, and what's happened is that this channel that began in 2017 is quite clearly carved out this nice looking channel, and the channel is carved out by this high made in December of 2017, then the ultimate low in December 18, then the COVID low in March 20, the local top in sort of April, May 2021, the ultimate top in November 21, then the bear market low in 2022 in November. And you can see that it's carved out this nice channel that it seems to be respecting. Now, what happens is quite clear from this data that we've got here, is that as soon as Bitcoin reaches a midpoint, so that's its previous all-time high there back in December 2013, as soon as it reaches the midpoint area, it starts to begin to attack that all-time high, and then it goes on this or starts the mania phase, or the banana zone, or the euphoria phase, whatever you want to call it, within the cryptoverse. So you can see here the midpoint, then the mania or banana zone to begin, and the real pushing of price to the upside. Again, we could see here ultimate high in 17, then the midpoint. What happens at the midpoint? The price starts to attack the previous all-time high, surpasses it, and then goes on this really strong rally to the upside. And that's exactly what's happening right now, because we had the previous all-time high back in November 2021. we had a real go at that and actually deviated above the high, but ultimately we just consolidated for about 8 months here before we attacked and surpassed the previous all-time high. And when did we do that? We did it right at the midpoint, like we have done in all previous cycles. So here we are, attacking or surpassing rather the price of the midpoint or the previous all-time high. So at the midpoint, we're surpassing the price of the previous all-time high, and we are now in this banana zone or mania phase or euphoria phase, whatever you want to call it. But now is going to be a really interesting time in Bitcoin and crypto in general, because I would say at least Q1 is going to be probably extremely bullish. And this is the channel that we're looking at really. Top of the channel here is about 223K or so. Now, what's really interesting as well is that not only does the midpoint affect the price appreciation of Bitcoin and the mania phase of Bitcoin, but it also affects the price appreciation of altcoins and Bitcoin dominance, because this is another chart that I have been using for many years now, and it's a very, very good metric to gauge, highs and lows in the market, particularly highs in the altcoin market. And you can see here I've mapped out the midpoint in each cycle as well. And what happens to Bitcoin dominance at the midpoint and at each cycle? This was the midpoint back in December 2016. Bitcoin dominance drops off a cliff. What happens when Bitcoin dominance drops off a cliff? That the altcoins start to really, really rally hard, and some of the altcoins will significantly outperform Bitcoin. This is the midpoint in December 20. What happens at the midpoint? Bitcoin dominance falls off a cliff. Altcoins rally hard. What's happening now? We've hit the midpoint, which is around about the 18th of November. What's happened to Bitcoin dominance? It's now closed 2 consecutive weekly candles below the resistance area of 58%. So my view is that, as I said in the last video, we are now entering the zone of altcoin season. Interestingly enough, in the previous cycle, the decline in Bitcoin dominance happened very, very quickly. And that sharp rally to the downside, as it were, happened over 19 weeks. And if we were to mirror the previous cycle, then that would mean that Bitcoin dominance would continue to drop very, very quickly and would come down into this sort of area of, the mid 40% area within the April time. Now, April 2025. So as soon as Bitcoin dominance gets anywhere close to this green area of around 44-45%, I would be very, very cautious, because in my view, as soon as it gets into this area, this is marking either a local top or a cycle top. A local top would mean that Bitcoin and the altcoins had topped out for that point, and there would be a significant drop in price, a consolidation period, and then a rally, then a final rally to the upside. A bit like what happened in 2021 when Bitcoin got to about 64K or so, or 60K in April, May 2021, and then it dropped off a cliff, consolidated through the summer, and then made an ultimate high in November 2021. So that could potentially be what would happen if Bitcoin dominance drops down into this area of 45% and below. I would be very, very cautious once Bitcoin dominance gets anywhere close to this green area of about 44-45%. Very, very cautious indeed, because as I said, it's either indicating a local top or a cycle top. So that's it for today. I hope this was helpful. And as I say, if you want to join the group, please reach out to us either through the website or reach out directly to me on Twitter. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.